Hello there, Facebook world, and obviously later on it will also be YouTube and all over the place, as it were, when a video is shared. So let me get myself a little bit comfortable and let me ensure that that is in position, and I'll just check my laptop here and make sure that things are working there as well in the manner that they should be. And yes, indeed, they do appear to be. So, good afternoon. My name's Alex William Smith, aka Jonathan Royal of www.magicalguru.com. That's www.magicalguru.com. This is an early broadcast for HypnosisWeek.com of Hypnosis Week, Week 7. You see, normally these run at 9 o'clock at night, 2100 hours, UK time, but tonight I'm doing this now live, which is 10 past 7 in the evening in England, because my wife and my daughter are due back from Blackpool in about an hour, and I've not seen them for a few days because I've been at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with my hypnosis student, friend, and colleague Simon Warner and his lovely wife Michelle Warner, and their team of Callum, Elise and Rachel and everyone else at Viva Hypnosis. Incidentally, if you search hashtag Viva Hypnosis, which is hashtag VIVAHYPNOSIS, you'll see tons of cool stuff about their truly is unique in British terms full production, Las Vegas style. Let me just get this. I will get this camera in a decent position shortly. That's better. Cool. And yeah, that will do, I think. I'm not sat where I normally am because this is literally a case of I've got back. I've not seen my family for a few days, so I thought I would go live early so that there is actually a Hypnosis Week, Week 7, which is this happening now. So in a few moments time I'm just going to share some thoughts with you about publicity for hypnotists, both for stage hypnotists and just as equally as importantly hypnotherapists, NLPs, life coaches, alternative complementary therapists, call yourself what you will. Publicity is the key if you truly want to take things into the stratosphere and be in a position where you can make more money than most therapists dream of. Now, if this is the first time of you joining a Hypnosis Week broadcast, the previous 6 weeks broadcast can easily be found on YouTube by typing in Hypnosis Week and then number 1, or Hypnosis Week 2, Hypnosis Week 3, Hypnosis Week 4, Hypnosis Week 5, or Hypnosis Week 6 to find the relevant video, this one being Hypnosis Week 7. Week 1 was, we covered why hypnosis does not exist, what it truly is, how it truly works when it does work. Week 2 we did suggestibility tests and stuff. Week 3 we did sort of some refreshers and other bits and bobs. Week 4 we did media brainwashing, social conditioning and mind control. Week 5 we did hypnotic induction techniques, the actual how to hypnotise them bit. Week 6, which was last week, we did tips for helping people stop smoking, lose weight, overcome phobias, fears, addictions and other stuff. And today is week 7, which is about publicity secrets, how to get on TV, on the radio, into the newspapers and magazines. But I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just going to tell you a bit of a story. I've just been to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival to, as I say, see one of my hypnosis students and now friends, Simon Warner, performing his show, which is appearing at Zoo Venue number 124, the Zoo Sanctuary at the Edinburgh Festival. Now, those shows are every night, by the way, at 10 to 9 in the evening, and they run for 75 minutes, so that's 8:50 p.m. till 10:05 p.m. And I thoroughly recommend it if you want to see not just a hypnosis show. Some people don't like hypnosis shows. That's fine because they've got dancers, they've got lighting effects, there's visual effects and projected images on screens at the back of the stage. There's audience interaction. There's a storyline running throughout. It is a new spin on a hypnosis show, which in itself is cool. That's an angle to be able to get publicity, and I'm sure that, you know, that alone would garner tons of publicity anywhere else except at the Edinburgh Festival. Although I think it will still get them quite a bit of positive coverage because they certainly deserve it. And it already has proven the nature of the show being different and unique in a full, the UK's only, first and only truly, full Las Vegas style cabaret theatrical production hypnosis show. Has garnered great publicity in Liverpool when they've been at the Epstein Theatre, to the point where they're going to be at the Liverpool Comedy Festival. So I'm really proud of Simon Warner and his wife Michelle Warner and the whole Viva Hypnosis team for what they've achieved. But being down in Edinburgh for the first time, in the thick of it, I was privileged, thanks to Simon and his lovely wife, and Callum and Rachel and Elise, to see the hard work and effort that goes into promoting an Edinburgh hypnosis show. That is if you're doing it yourself. If you've got a promoter and you're in one of the places like Gilded Balloon, Underbelly, The Pleasance, and you're a television comedian who's on telly regularly and you've got a promoter doing all those hard jobs for you, then cool, fantastic. But to get to that point, you need to get on TV, on the radio, in newspapers and magazines. That's why this Hypnosis Week 7 is titled Publicity Secrets for Hypnotists, okay? Makes sense? Good. Now, I noticed that the flyering, they've got flyers, you know, full colour, professionally designed flyers to advertise the fact that Viva Hypnosis is completely different. And we went out, I actually went out with the team on, when I got down there on Thursday. Did I go out on Thursday when I got there? If not, I definitely was out on Friday anyway. Yeah, I was out on Friday, and I walked. God, I got lost, but I walked. I've got blisters on my feet from walking. So total respect to Elise and Rachel and Callum for their flyering efforts. Total respect. Not only are you awesome at it, way better than I am, but crikey, where you find the energy from, I truly don't know. And that's the thing. It's a battle on the streets of Edinburgh at the minute, because there's literally thousands of shows going on, and that means there's literally dozens, if not hundreds, of shows happening at the same time slots, and there's literally hundreds of people on the street trying to give people the leaflets and get their show known. So yeah, that is effective. And that was proven because, you know, ticket sales increased from the morning to the afternoon dramatically because of the wonderful teamwork of Callum, Rachel and Elise flyering Viva Hypnosis, giving out the flyers. And it definitely sold tickets. There's no doubt about it. Simple as that. But as you probably already know, I like the lazy way in life. And publicity is the way to speed things up. And to get publicity, you need an angle, you need a gimmick. And Viva Hypnosis have got a gimmick, and as was announced at this event yesterday on Saturday called Meet the Media, where you go and you queue up. Well, what normally happens is it opens at 1 in the afternoon, you queue up for 6 hours in different queues till you get to the front and get your turn to make a 2-minute maximum pitch to the journalist in front of you, the reviewer from whichever publication, and then when you finish in that queue you join another queue. And you're allowed a maximum of 2 people into the building, and they check you off on a list, so there's no way of sneaking in unless you're a hypnotist. As indeed I am, as indeed Simon is, and as indeed is Simon's lovely wife Michelle. She also knows how to hypnotise people. Let's just say it's probably no surprise then that we managed to get 3 of us into the building, meaning we could join 3 queues at the same time to get to the front to give out these information packs. And ultimately, we ended up being able to see everybody in less than 2 hours, which is mental's bonkers, kind of impossible. But, you know, that is about being friendly with people and this, that, the other. And Michelle is an absolute genius at making friends, getting to know people, which helps us immensely. But the gimmick and it's all over the internet now. I've been sharing it, but it's going to be in the various newspapers. It'll be reported next week. The fact is that Viva Hypnosis are giving away, each night people get a comment card to fill in feedback about the show, which incidentally I've seen the first 2 nights. They've had awesome feedback so far, which is fantastic, and I'm sure it'll just improve as audiences get even bigger and bigger and whatnot as the run goes on. But the next following morning, all the feedback cards from the previous night's show are put in the hat, so to speak. One's drawn out, and that person wins a bottle of Viva Hypnosis branded champagne and 2 tickets to come back and see the show whenever they want. But then everybody who submits a feedback form over the course of the entire Edinburgh Festival Fringe 2016 gets put into the hat again. One's drawn out, and somebody will win a long weekend, 3 nights in Las Vegas with all flights and accommodation paid by Viva Hypnosis as a kind of, hey, well done, thanks for supporting the show and helping spread the word that hypnosis can be done in a way that doesn't humiliate people. It's family friendly for anyone from the age of 12 upwards, and even if you don't like hypnosis shows, Viva Hypnosis has got the lighting, the visuals, the special effects, the audience interaction and the storyline in there. Plus, of course, you've got a chance to win a trip to Vegas. That's the gimmick. And what we found at Meet the Media is that the journalists, when we got to them and told them that we were offering this free trip to Vegas, were like, seriously? They couldn't believe it. And there were several of them actually commented that that was the best gimmick that they'd heard of from any show ever at the Edinburgh Festival. Certainly in the time they've been working as a reviewer or journalist for the Edinburgh Festival. It also helped that we had wonderful full-colour, professionally produced, graphic designed press packs that were full-colour on the outside with full info about the show inside and a wonderfully written press release. Michelle Warner, Simon's wife, is excellent at writing press releases, so that helped. And a gimmick is what it is, and as a result of that gimmick, there are lots of reviewers coming early tonight. They've got a comedy reviewer coming and another reviewer from another publication coming. Tuesday night, I believe, they've got the Scotsman coming, which is one of the major ones, and there's other reviewer get a new set of teeth. Other reviewers coming on other nights over the next week, which is awesome because it's early in the festival. So when the write-ups go out there and mention that you can win a trip to Las Vegas by filling in the feedback form, and if you don't win that, you've got a chance every night to win a bottle of bubbly and 2 tickets for the show. And once it gets across the point that it's different, it doesn't humiliate people, it's family friendly, and it's also a theatrical experience, immersive, that pulls you in, then that will attract audiences. I have no doubt whatsoever of that. And it certainly reminded me of the need for a gimmick. Viva Hypnosis' gimmick is how different it is as a show, but also the fact that you can win a trip to Vegas and make your dreams come true, so to speak. Go and experience the imaginative world of Viva Hypnosis in Vegas, where you're transported there from the Zoo Sanctuary venue, venue 124 at the Edinburgh Fringe, to actually possibly winning a real trip there. So you need a gimmick. All people who make it have a gimmick, if only at the beginning of their career. Once they've got a certain amount of TV, radio, newspaper and magazine publicity, once they've got a certain amount of media coverage and they've got a certain amount of quotes and 4- and 5-star reviews that they can draw upon, quoting newspapers, then it's not as important to dance with the media, as it were. I call it dance with the media because it's like dancing with the devil. Well, it certainly was in my world, because I took it to the extremes, as some of you will know, and as is illustrated on my resume at my website, magicalguru.com, when, years ago I set out to expose how little truth there is in news or entertainment journalism by basically becoming Britain's biggest ever media prankster and getting fabricated, hilariously so ridiculous no one in their right mind would believe them, stories on TV, on the radio, in newspapers and magazines, which I did in a whole bunch of different names, and also along the way set out to expose dodgy, unethical and immoral journalist, which, as some of you will already know, I was successful to a degree in doing, but that's kind of coming to a head now with legal cases going on that, well, the full details you can find by searching Google for the naked truth about Jonathan Royle, or just going to magicalguru.com, clicking on Royle's resume, and then a little bit down the page it says click here for the full story behind how I tried to expose dodgy, unethical and immoral journalists. So I've seen things from behind, if you like, behind the scenes, and I can tell you the majority of stories in the media are fabricated. It's simple as that. That's how people get famous. If you look into it, it's hilarious to look at things when there's celebrity romances. How often the two celebrities are represented by either the same agent, the same management company, or the same public relations company. Strange coincidence. Then they have the breakup and more publicity for them both. Call me cynical, but from my experience, it's all fabricated. Now, that's cool. It entertains people, but just what I'm saying is don't be brainwashed by what's in the media. For more on that kind of thing, see Hypnosis Week 4, Brainwashing, Mind Control and Social Conditioning, and you can see that video by going on youtube.com and typing in Hypnosis Week 4. So, yeah, as I say, at the Edinburgh Fringe, where my good friend and colleague and hypnosis student Simon Warner is with his show Viva Hypnosis, it reminded me of how important it is to have a gimmick. Especially, in the Edinburgh Fringe, there's thousands of shows competing, and there's dozens of them on it, if not hundreds, at the same time slots throughout the day. So you've got a real battle on your hands. But, as I said, the journalist said they'd never come across someone offering everyone who attends the chance to win a 3-day long weekend, all expenses paid, flights and accommodation to Las Vegas, or indeed to anywhere. So that is something that they were excited about, that they will talk about, and as a result, reviewers are coming early in the run to the show, which means that, Simon can benefit from that. You've got to publicise yourself, is the message here, okay? Too many hypnotherapists in particular are what my friend and colleague Steve Miller would call beige. They just call themselves hypnotherapists and say in a winky wanky arty farty manner that they help people change their lives. That's not enough to make you stand out head and shoulders above the rest of other hypnotherapists. Saying that you're a comedy hypnotist and you've got a bit of a different slant on things isn't enough on its own. It would be in some circumstances, but to really so you need a gimmick, which Viva Hypnosis has. Win your trip to Vegas. Just search hashtag VIVA HYPNOSIS, or look on my Facebook wall, facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist, and there will be various videos and posts showing you where you can book your tickets if you're going down to Edinburgh to see Viva Hypnosis, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So, you need to get yourself on TV, on radio, in the newspapers, in the magazines, and that is something that you may or may not be aware, but from the very early 90s I was featured in hundreds of newspaper, radio, television features around the world. On one occasion I had the front page of the Sun newspaper devoted to a story about my hypnotherapy skills, and on the same day they did a front page and it was called Fear of the Yellow Peril. Hypnotherapist cures ladies' fear of traffic wardens, and inside was a double page spread on this as well. So I had the front page and double page spread in the Sun. You can imagine how many clients that generated, okay? And it cost me nothing to get that coverage. It just took knowledge and expertise knowing how to do that. I've been featured in, the Sun newspaper for helping strippers increase their breast size, and lap dancers and pole dancers to increase their breast size. And indeed, I sell an audio product called Hypnotits, T-I-T-S at the end, that does exactly the same thing. So Hypnotits, T-I-T-S, is available on my Selfie site. You just go to magicalguru.com, click on the shop, go to the shop, and that is available there. But that was featured in the Sun years ago. I think it was the Star newspaper that covered the fact that I helped male dance troupes
to increase the sizes of their male members using the power of the mind, as it were. I'm not saying to you that there's, whether there's any truth in it. I've already told you entertainment journalism is fabricated to a degree, but I do certainly have a product out there called HypnoGrow, which helps men to, at the very least, be more confident about themselves and therefore realise that actually, things may not be as bad as they've falsely Yeah, indeed, my brother Lee's there just commented, Hypnotit, sounds interesting, bro. Well, it might be if you're a woman to increase your breast size, but it's not much use to us men. I'm trying to get rid of me moves, as it were. But yeah, publicity is where it's at, having a gimmick. Other times, I was featured heavily. My gimmick in the early 90s was to be the evil hypnotist who apparently hypnotised women into bed. Although when you looked at the stories closer, it never actually said that. What it said was that consenting females over the age of 18 allowed me to hypnotise them to make them believe that I was their favourite film star, okay? So they could experience the best sex of their life. But obviously the media put the spin on it of I hypnotise them and put it across as though I made them do it against their will. Obviously that isn't the case, because I'd have got done for rape if it was. It certainly wasn't the case, because the key secret is it never happened. I paid glamour models to say these things to the media, to lie. And the media loved it, as they would, and it caused double page spread in the Sun. I was featured in, well, basically I've been featured in every national daily and Sunday newspaper in England, using these techniques. Using the techniques that I taught in a seminar called Secrets of Hypnotic Success, I also managed to get myself featured in the biggest, highest read newspaper in America, as in it's published in every state, namely USA Today. And in that, it was helping to promote the launch of I can't remember if it was Analyze This or Analyze That, but it was one of the films with Robert De Niro about the psychiatrist. And I had a hypnotherapy interaction with him with the USA Today newspaper, which again got loads of clients to my website, sold me loads of products, got me loads of clients to do Skype therapy sessions with. So having a gimmick and generating stories, and the reason they're called stories is because generally they're made up, but so that they can be entertaining reads for newspaper audiences. And once you've got yourself in the newspapers and magazines, then as a result of that, TV researchers will see the magazines and newspaper stories and then ask you on their shows, and you will make sure that they see the newspaper and magazine stories, because when they appear, what you're going to do, you're going to fax them to all the TV researchers, radio researchers. You're going to email copies to them, and you're going to send physical print copies as well. You're not going to do one of those things, you do all of them to guarantee that they see those things. It makes their job easy because they're always looking for new content. Most of the people who get on TV to be interviewed, it's because they actually asked and made themselves known. Just as like my gimmick of belly button reading. I ended up on This Morning. That morning, Kerry Katona was on there, who's famous in England. Obviously, Philip Schofield, Holly Willoughby. There were various other celebrities on there, and I was reading people's belly buttons, apparently psychically. But as a result of that, I got loads of traffic to my website, and I did actually sell more hypnotherapy products, self-help products and stuff from my shop, because I got more traffic, and I got paid to be on the show as well. So having a gimmick works. Now, I could talk about this all day, but what I've decided to do, because my wife and daughter will be home soon and I've been away Edinburgh for a few days, is to, rather than going into techniques in depth of how to get yourself on television, on the radio, in newspapers and magazines, is to recommend to you one product of mine that you need to get. Okay, if you want to be regularly on television, on the radio, in newspapers and magazines, as I was featured worldwide hundreds and hundreds of times in the early to mid-90s, on a massive regular scale, and since then there's not a year gone by where I haven't been featured at some point on national and international TV and in some sort of publications, okay? then you need my Secrets of Hypnotic Success, and I'm just looking at my laptop here, that's why I'm looking away. My Secrets of Hypnotic Success, subtitled The Millionaire Hypnotist video training set. Now, this is currently on special offer to my normal customers for 97 United States dollars. But for you Hypnosis Week viewers, people who see this video, which is being broadcast live today on Sunday the 7th of July, if you react before midnight on Saturday the 13th, sorry, it's not July, it's August. Today is Sunday the 7th of August. If you react before Saturday the 13th of August, which is also my birthday, if you react before midnight on Saturday the 13th of August, then you can get a massive 80% off that, and you can secure the almost 12 hours of video training for just $19.40. $19.40 United States dollars, which is equivalent to about £14.80 United Kingdom sterling. And in that package you will see step by step how to write press releases that actually get you covered. Because I show you exactly how I put together a press release that I submitted to the media, and then you see the television coverage I got, the radio coverage I got, the newspapers and the magazines, and I go through and show you on some of my biggest stories that I had in the early 90s and mid 90s and a bit more recently, how I wrote the press releases, how I came up with the, how I kind of brainstormed the ridiculous angle, how I made it seem credible enough that although it was ridiculous, the press would publish it, then how to take that printed media and leverage it to get yourself on TV and on the radio and stuff, to then mean that you end up in this day and age getting more visitors to your website and thus selling more products, booking more live shows, booking in more therapy clients. So, treat yourself. Just go to hypnosisweek.com and click on Hypnosis Offer of the Week, and you can grab Secrets of Hypnotic Success for just $19 and I've even forgot, so I'm looking here, $19.40, which is equivalent to £14.80 sterling. For Christ's sake, if you're a hypnotherapist, that you should be that's a fraction of what a client should be paying you for one session, right? Simple as that. And if you're a stage hypnotist, you should be getting that from one CD sale at the back of your show afterwards. Okay, so this is a no-brainer investment, but it only is valid till midnight on Saturday the 13th of August, because obviously next week we go on to something different. So in a nutshell, the previous 6 weeks, Hypnosis Weeks, can be found on YouTube by typing in Hypnosis Week and then the numbers, so either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or as this one is 7. At hypnosisweek.com there are free gifts you can download if you have not already done so, including 3 of my books completely free of charge that you can download there. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say for today, other than you definitely need a gimmick. It's no good just being another hypnotherapist or another stage hypnotist or another whatever it is you do. You need something that makes you different, so that then you can logically justify charging more than the competition, and price won't become an issue to your customers, because they'll want you, because what you do is unique and only available from you. That's the key message of today. Get yourself over to hypnosisweek.com, click on Offer of the Week, or you can just go to hypnosisweek.co.uk. If you're coming to my live training seminar in September, it's the last one of 2016. The full details are at www.htglive.com. The price will be going up in next week considerably, and then it'll be going up each week towards the event till it goes to the full £797 sterling price. So now is the time to book and secure your ticket while it's at that discounted rate. Other than that, I lost you there very briefly, but I was just about to say, other than that, if you really want to skyrocket your income, your success, and learn every insider technique, tip and trick that's taken me around the world over the past 25 years, then you need to invest in the Elite Hypnosis Bootcamp, and this is the last opportunity you will get to grab that with a 90% off discount by going to hypnotismexposed.co.uk. That's hypnotismexposed.co.uk. Cheers, bro. Thanks everyone to everyone else to the comments. It's exciting times this month. My birthday, Ashley's birthday, my mum's birthday, and my brother and his missus, my sister-in-law. I've got a baby due this month, so it's a month of magical madness ahead. Make it your month where success starts by visiting those website links, and I'll see you all next week at the usual time of 9 o'clock PM UK time. Thank you, good night, over and out.